All you haters out there, fuck you. This is not a fucking hobby. You're listening to the most relevant sports show on the internet. He's a combat veteran turned entrepreneur turned sports journalist. And she has an IQ higher than your entire family combined. It's the S3, and it starts right now.
What's going on, everybody? You are listening to the S3. I am JD, Jeff Demers, Ms. Marnie Tisdale, a.k.a. Ms. Lady M. Thanks for jumping in with us. We bring you all the headlines, highlights, predictions, and the occasional cringeworthy dad joke. From there, we're actually going to dive into a jam-packed NFL Week 14 slate. It's already 14 weeks into the NFL season. We're going to break down our Pick 6 locks. We're going to unveil my DFS Thursday night lineup. We're going to hit you with our stardom sit-em picks and take a trip down to Tempe for a Forks Up recruiting update. We also cool or heat up the conversation with the latest temperature of the Suns and then close out with everyone's favorite segment. Nailed it. Lady M has chose the 80s version to try and knock it out. It's been a minute since she's got it. So she's come up like a half a point short. You come up like a half a point short.
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, almost every week.
Yeah. All right, before we get into it really quick, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, be nice, be mean, whatever. We really don't give a shit. Make sure that you share and that you that way you never miss any of our hot takes in the sports world. Plus, sports fans, are you in the market for a new used vehicle? Maybe, just maybe it's time to upgrade that ride or get something more reliable for the family, or just finally treat yourself to that dream car. Whatever the reason, there's only one person to see, and that is Mr. Kevin Moore over at Liberty Buick in Peoria. Kevin and his team have the best selection of new and used cars, trucks, and SUVs, along with unbeatable deals and top-notch service. No hassle, no stress, just great vehicles at great prices. So don't wait. Head on down to Liberty Buick and ask for Kevin Moore today. Tell him JD sent ya. All right, what's first?
Horrible dad joke of the week.
You know, my doctor told me I was actually going deaf, and that news was pretty hard for me to hear. Yeah. True story. I actually have these awesome, you can't see them, but these are $3,000 hearing aids that I actually have to wear, which I kind of don't. But no, seriously, like I'm
like you've always told me your hearing was bad, but I didn't realize how bad until you had the hearing aids in. You were like, "What is that noise? Why do I hear this? What is that?" Yeah. Like, oh my god, babe!
Hey,
it's literally like the everyday noises of the house.
The perks of getting old, right? You get free hearing aids and everything from the doctor. Man, it's crazy. These things are actually awesome. Like these, I looked up the price of these things, and they're like $3,500.
Right.
Like seriously. I know you wish I would wear them more around the house, but mostly I just wear them, when I'm out and about.
There's a lot of annoying mechanical noises and stuff in the house. So,
all right, let's kick this off. What's next?
NFL Week 14 schedule.
Let's dive into it. We're getting into this season. We are now. We're talking playoffs.
Yeah, we're coming around to the backside already here.
We're getting there. Like
that place 14, where you're like, I hope this team loses and this team loses and this team beats that other team, and so my team does this.
I think it's pretty much just a nightmare for most of NFL fans because you're like, it's almost like they want to hit the snooze bar on the Patriots, just like they roll over and they're just like, no, five more years. Just give me 5 more years.
Don't get good yet.
Don't get good yet.
We're not ready.
I'm optimistic. I'm very optimistic, but I'm cautiously optimistic. I am definitely more optimistic than the team right here in the Valley of the Suns, the Arizona Cardinals. So many questions coming up with way too many questions to answer in this show. But I mean, you've got Will Kyler Murray be the quarterback next season? Like, where would they trade him? Personally, I think they'll send him to the Steelers if Mike Tomlin sticks around there. Like Big Ben Roethlisberger kind of floated the idea that Mike Tomlin should just like pull a Belichick and go coach at Penn State.
Right.
They need a new head coach. So, I mean, personally, I can't see Mike Tomlin coaching anywhere else but the NFL. I don't think he has the patience for kids. So, speaking of the Pats, Patriots, Giants, 49ers, and Panthers are all off this week. So let's jump into tonight's matchup. This is a big game. This is a big game tonight. Cowboys 6-5-1. All of a sudden, like they went from the laughing stock to like, seriously, is this team?
Yeah, because it was like 1-5-1, and then all of a sudden it's 6-5-1.
I hate that one. Like, you know what? You know what I do. Like, get rid of the ties. There are so many things.
I love your idea of the shootout. If they get through overtime and they're still tied, then they should just shoot out until further away.
A shootout, not quite hockey, but roll the field goal units out there. Start from like a 45-yard field goal, and first to miss loses.
Yeah, you just move back 5 yards each time or whatever. Yeah.
If they miss or they get it blocked, game over. Right? That's easiest. That way, no ties. Everything works out the way it should. Right? Yeah. But the Cowboys are taking on the Detroit Lions, which have also been very surprising this year. Because they actually have 5 losses already.
Right. And they came out looking like they were going to play like we expected. And then they kind of fizzled somewhere in the middle a little bit.
Still probably, like in my opinion, one of the most exciting offenses to watch, because especially with Jahmyr Gibbs in the backfield.
Yeah.
Like he can break it. And like, if you want to know my DFS lineup for tonight, make sure you stay tuned because he is definitely going to be a part of it. But there's a lot of offense that should be going on in tonight's game. I expect a very high-scoring game. But then again, the last time I did, I think there were like 9 field goals in the game. I was like, what the hell?
I don't think the Cowboys' defense is quite good enough to stop.
Neither defense is really what it should be.
Right.
So, like, I think
it'll probably be a high-scoring game.
I think the Cowboys have something like the 22nd rush defense in the league. A little bit better with the additions that they made via trade, but they're still pretty terrible. So look for Gibbs to have a good game. Look for Williams to have a good. I mean, there's a lot that can happen tonight, but I'll attack the DFS lineup here after the game. I already know who you're picking. The most loyal Detroit Lions fan outside of the state of Detroit. I got to be honest, because when I tell people that, like with how good they've been doing, initially they're like, "Oh, she's just
a fair weather fan."
You've been cheering for them since for 15 years,
like
just as the underdog team.
Yeah, they're my underdog.
Like
you can't really call them an underdog anymore because of how they played the past couple of seasons, but that's how it started. They won me a football pool a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I have loyalty.
Well, hopefully they'll help us win the $50,000 first place for the DFS lineup that I have tonight. Stay tuned for that once again. All right, the Sunday early slate. Seahawks. Man, Jackson, Smith, and Jigba, holy cow, have a season.
Yeah.
Still,
Sam
like
Darnold is killing it over there.
Yep. We're only 12 games into the season, and Jackson's already like starting to break records.
Yeah.
Not just for the Seahawks, but he's approaching records for the NFL.
Yeah.
Second year in the league.
I think so. I think last year was his opener.
I'm trying not to try and bug his brother too much via text because it's gotta be crazy. Shout out to Keenan Smith and Jigba. What's up, buddy? Tell Jackson we said hi. But yeah,
I love him on the show.
We do. We love him on the show. He always brings great content. He is arguably top 5 wide receiver in the game.
He's absolutely killer at what he does.
Yeah, I mean this year he's number one. But like if you put him up there, you still have, once they get a quarterback in Minnesota, you still have Jefferson, you
Right.
still have Chase,
Right.
Malik Neighbors. I would consider healthy to be
A challenge.
top 5 probably.
Hmm.
But Jackson is just he's blown up. It's crazy. Thank God I have him on my fantasy team the majority of the time. I'm probably going to have him on my team on Sunday as
He's
well.
going to start getting hard to snatch up for those teams in the next couple of seasons, though. When people were still sleeping on him because they didn't realize what he was, it was easy to nab him.
It's going to be a very tough challenge for the Falcons to try and beat the Seahawks. Not just trying to keep up with that offense, but the Seahawks have a damn good defense as well.
Mhm.
And Kirk Cousins, trying to show that he still has it. He is 2-1 as a starter for the Falcons.
Yeah.
Since filling in for Michael Penix Jr. He is not the same guy that was in Minnesota, speaking of the Vikings. But I mean, he's doing a pretty good job. Now, as far as a matchup goes, yeah, it's going to be very tough. I don't see the Falcons pulling that one off at all.
No, I really don't. It's probably going to be a little ugly.
There is a potential, like a slight potential upset this weekend up in Buffalo as the Joe Burrow-led Cincinnati Bengals offense goes against a Buffalo Bills defense that is not very good, but yet they seem to continue to somehow, some way, continue to pull off wins.
It's their offense is very good. So
Yeah,
their offense is making up for the points that the defense is allowing to happen. But that's you wear your offense down over a season doing that. It's not their job to make a whole bunch of extra points to make up for you.
I think the emergence of James Cook in the backfield for Buffalo, like he is a solid running back, and he was as solid last year. They just didn't use him as much as they do this year. Now this year he's crushing. He's got double-digit touchdowns already. Yeah. Like he's doing really good. I actually like Cook for the stardom sit-em, which we'll also go over a little bit later on. The 1-11 Tennessee Titans at the 3-9 Cleveland Browns.
Now, I don't believe they do, but if there was a team in the NFL they'd have a chance of pulling a second win out against, this might be it, just because it's a 3-win team, but I don't think they can beat the Browns.
Well, glass half empty. They're facing Shadur Sanders, who has not won a game yet.
Right.
Like, so there is that, but like there's Cleveland Browns defense is a great matchup against the Titans offense.
The Titans need to play the Saints if they really if they want to get a second win. Maybe their best chance.
I don't know. I don't know if they have what it takes to beat the Saints.
Probably not. They're the worst team in the NFL this year. It is what it is.
Well, they were the worst team they had the number 1 pick last year. How do you have the number 1 pick 2 straight years? They're going to
still look like this
again. And still look like this.
They threw Mike Vrabel away. They don't know what they're doing down there.
They're just stupid. That was such a petty move
like that.
That was such a petty move. Now, great for us as Patriots fans, but that was such a freaking petty move by Tennessee, who fired the guy that brought you to the playoffs.
Right.
Now, granted, he wasn't having a playoff season when they fired him, but they only fired him because he went up to New England, got enshrined into their Hall of Fame, and gave a nice, lovely, long speech about how much he loved New England. So they fired him.
Right.
Like, come on. How bad do you think he's feeling right now?
He played there. He's allowed. No matter where you are
We're
later,
inducting
you're
him
allowed.
into the Hall of Fame. Do you expect him to say how much he doesn't like New England?
I fuck the city of Tennessee.
Patriots Hall of Fame, by the way. Yeah. The 3-9 Commanders at the 4-8 Vikings.
Well, this might actually be a competitive game because they're at about the same level this year. So
the matchup I'm looking at, if the Vikings can somehow learn how to throw the ball, like they have some really good matchups in this game. I like their rushing attack against Commanders offense, but I also like the Vikings secondary against Commanders wide receivers. So I honestly would pick Minnesota Vikings in this game. I might even lock that in if I can race you to that pick.
I don't think you're gonna have to race me to that pick. I don't want to touch that one.
Like, I'm just trying to polish a turd here, okay?
Right.
Dolphins 5-7
Yeah.
at the Jets 3-9. Everybody wants to avoid watching this game. Like, nobody cares about this game. Although the Dolphins have been playing better in the last month.
Yeah, they have been playing on an uptick, but so have the Jets. I think 2 of those wins have been recently-ish.
Yep.
So
recently-ish.
We'll have to see. There are as Patriots fans, I don't think we can even pretend to like either of those teams. So
no, we can't unless I have money on them, and I don't think there's anything worth. Well, I do like Achane, Devin Achane, in that matchup against the Jets defense. So I look for Achane to have a pretty good week this week. I'd say the Dolphins win that matchup. The Saints,
probably.
The aforementioned New Orleans Saints at 2-10 at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield should be playing. It looks like he is good to go.
7-5.
So
they're another team that kind of fizzled a little bit in the middle of the season here, but the Saints are going to be a good pick up their momentum again game.
When you play in such a crappy division, like 7-5 is solid. Like, they're gonna be in the playoffs by winning that division, because the second team in that division that even has a shot at catching them is the Falcons, and they're 3 games behind them.
Right.
So I can't.
That is a good point. So they don't really have to worry too much about it. They do need to play at a higher level if they want to get anywhere in the playoffs.
They definitely can't lose this game, because that'll be terrible if they lose to the Saints, especially at home.
They'll get to the playoffs and then they'll just get murdered by whoever they play in the first round.
We actually have some really good games coming up in the slate. The next one, the Indianapolis Colts at 8-4 at the Jacksonville Jaguars 8-4.
These are 2 teams I didn't expect to see playing quite that well. I would have expected them to be around 50.
Yeah, right around 500. Yeah. So, I mean, right now, because of the tiebreakers, Jacksonville is in first place. And the Colts are in the wild card. But if the Colts can pull off the win in Jacksonville in this one, and I do like the Daniel Jones matchup against the Jaguars for this weekend. Let me see. Start them, sit them. I did. Yeah, I'm starting Daniel Jones this weekend.
Whenever we get into the Jaguars, my brain plays that Trevor Lawrence touchdown where he basically crawled.
Oh, yeah. You slipped twice.
If you haven't seen it, look it up. It's hilarious. Anyways.
Yeah. Game-winning slip fall.
Those little ugliest touchdowns I've ever seen. You can't help but cheer him on because he never gave up and he made it across that line, and that's what matters in the end.
This is a big game in the AFC North. The Steelers are 6-6 at the Ravens 6-6. Now, a month ago, you were looking at this matchup and saying, there's no way the Steelers should not win this division because the Ravens were terrible.
Oh my God, they started so bad.
Cincinnati now at 4-8 still has an outside shot of coming from behind and potentially taking this division. They have to win out and they need a lot of help. But I mean, it's going to be fun to watch the Bengals. It's going to be even more fun watching the Steelers at 6-6. If they go to 6-7 with all the fuss that they had preseason about all we need is a quarterback, they have a quarterback. He's old as hell. But they have a decent quarterback.
He's not playing that what I would consider to be Aaron Rodgers level either, but a lot of he probably should have retired a couple of seasons ago.
Well, we're not looking at 2010 Aaron Rodgers here. We're looking at the guy that basically had to be coaxed to not retire to come and play 1 year for the Steelers.
Yeah.
Right. Now the Ravens, on the other hand, Lamar Jackson is questionable.
Oh, he is questionable.
He is questionable, but I expect
to be what makes the difference for them. So
I need Travis Henry. I need Henry to actually step up.
King Henry.
Yeah, King Henry. Not the one on the commercial, although I love that commercial that they have for State Farm. But this is a This is a pick 'em for me this week. Steelers 6-6 and the Ravens 6-6. I don't know if I'm going to touch this in my locks, but it would be really nice to see the Ravens take this one at home.
Yeah.
All right. The Sunday late slate, late afternoon. You got the Broncos 10-2. Are we seriously going to be cheering for the 2-10 freaking Raiders?
I mean, that would be the best upset of all time for multiple reasons, including just the humor of a 2-win team beating a 10-win team. But I as Patriots fans, we're going to want that regardless, because that would be great for us. Or that time of year where we're hoping other teams lose.
It's not going to happen. Like,
it's not,
the Broncos going to win, and the Broncos are going to be the Broncos are going to be the number one seed in the AFC because strength of schedule. This is going to be a great game to watch in the second half. The Bears at 9-3, the first place Chicago Bears at the Packers. This is a division rival game. This is for playoff spots. This is for the division potentially at Green Bay 8-3-1. Damn one. This is going to be a really good game, but I do like the matchup of Jordan Love going against the secondary. I don't like the Packers rushing attack going against the Bears defense, but I do like the fact that they've got Christian Watson, they've got Dobbs, they've got Wicks. They have a ton of talent at the wide receiver position, despite losing their number one tight end. But they should win this game. I would not start Caleb Williams at all this week for fantasy, unless you just don't have a choice because for some reason you have Drake May as your starter, which is possible.
I do, which means I need to remember to get in there and swap that out since
you
it's
bye swap week. That out.
I got Hunter Henry in there somewhere too. So,
well, he should be Hunter Henry. Yeah. Got to take him out.
Yep.
All right, the Rams at 9-3 coming into the Valley to be upset by the 3-9 Arizona Cardinals. That's not happening.
It's not happening. It's not
happening.
It's not.
Like, it's just they don't have the firepower to keep up with the Rams, and they don't have the defense to slow that offense down.
Came out and looked like he was going to do something, but he's been floundering.
But for an old man, he's putting up better numbers than Kyler Murray.
Yeah, no, that is still true.
Yeah,
and he is doing a bit better job with Harrison.
Absolutely. Harrison, by the way, is questionable as well right now. But
that's what's going to hurt the Cardinals.
Yeah. Sunday Night Football. This is a big game. The Chiefs are currently sitting at a 40% chance to make the playoffs.
Right? And it's the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career as the quarterback for the Chiefs that's been a thing, by the way. I keep hearing the announcers say it on TV. He has made it to the playoffs every single season that he has been quarterback for that team, except maybe this one.
And
they're capable of pulling it out. I don't feel it happening.
The Texans have a really good defense, so it's going to be interesting to see if the Chiefs can pull this one out. I might pick the Texans in this one.
Yeah.
I might. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Monday Night Football, the Eagles at 8-4 at the Chargers.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting game too. Fairly evenly matched.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Like that one's hard to know because like
it's either going to be a punch out or they're going to bounce back and forth in the middle of the field without doing anything.
I kind
of hope it's a punch out because that's a little more exciting at least.
I mean, it's definitely more exciting, but I don't see that happening.
I don't.
Honestly,
they're going to just be in the middle.
Both teams have pretty good defenses.
Yeah.
Come
down to a field goal or something stupid.
As far as star power goes, the Eagles have pretty much the majority of the star power. But, I mean, even with that, they've struggled this year, even though they're 8-4, which is a good record to have right now. Like the Chiefs would love to be 8-4 right now. They have not been putting up the yards, the fantasy value now. AJ Brown's looked pretty good. He looked good last week.
Yeah.
So it looks like he's finally coming out. All right, let's get down to it. What is next?
Pick 6 locks of the week.
The pick 6 locks of the week. First off, congratulations to Ms. Lady for being the winner of the Golden Bragger Award for the S3. You won last week, 4-2 last week. I did terrible last week. I was 3-3 with my locks. You went 4-2. So once again, racking up another W. You've been kicking my ass in these locks. I need to stop picking the freaking Arizona Cardinals to do something.
Give up hope on them.
I'm done.
They're not going to come through for you.
I might pick a team in that game, but it won't be the Cardinals. I'm just saying that. Matter of fact, that may be my first available lock. But let's talk Thursday night football. It is my pick first.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the way I see this working out. Like, both teams have really good offenses, right? So the Lions, I can see them going more to the rushing attack because St. Brown is out. They're missing multiple weapons. Yeah, he won't be playing. I knew that. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he will not be playing. They're missing multiple weapons. They got Kennedy stepping in. They've got what's his name, LaSalle or something like that. He's stepping in. But Dallas's rushing defense is terrible. So look for Jahmyr Gibbs to have, and Montgomery. That's the name I was looking for earlier on. Well, Williams is still on the outside. Williams should have a pretty good night as being the number one wide receiver for Jared Goff, but look for that two-headed monster of the Detroit Lions, especially Jahmyr Gibbs, to go off against that defense. That
Gibbs is having the season of his life right now. So yeah.
Like, the Dallas defense has improved on that defensive line, but once you get outside the numbers or you try and run outside the tackles, like, they're just average at best. And Jahmyr Gibbs has been showing a lot of speed as of late, pretty much his entire career. But as of late, he's been doing it.
No, he's been on fire this season, so in particular.
I'm gonna go with you on this one.
Okay.
So book it at the Lions. I'm taking the Lions tonight, and I will have a lot of Lions on my DFS team here a little bit. All right, so that's Thursday night. Let's check Sunday night. Texans 7-5 at the struggling 6-6 Chiefs. Is this the nail in the coffin for the Chiefs? Right now, they're at a 40% chance to make the playoffs.
I mean, it is the Chiefs, and they're capable of pulling out some pretty crazy shit out of nowhere that you're not expecting.
They are at home.
One season where they were 4-0, and then they proceeded to win every single game after that, or 0-4, sorry. 0-4 going in, and then at game 5, from there on all the way to the playoffs, they won every single game, including the big one. So it's hard to count them out until it's like, for sure, there's no way they can do it.
Yeah,
but
I
think it's going to be a pretty good indicator what'll happen.
I want so badly for the Texans to win, which is why I'm going to pick the Chiefs. I'm going to take the Chiefs in this one as I start to lose my voice.
Okay, I will actually go ahead and grab the Texans then, because why not?
Nice. Very nice. I like it. All right, Monday Night Football.
I might need to flip a coin. I honest to God don't even know.
Monday Night Football, we're talking Eagles 8-4 at the Chargers 8-4.
It's Eagles.
This is big.
Oh, I threw it on the ground.
I think the Chargers, nice job. I think the Chargers can pull this one off, but I think they lose in a close one. I'm going to take the Eagles in this one.
I'm taking the Eagles too, but that's because it was heads, and I said heads, Eagles, tails, Chargers. I gotta stand by my choices here, so that's my whole reason.
Heads, I'm right. Tails, I'm right. It doesn't matter because I'm right. All
right, Wade.
Yeah. All right. So that is the Monday Night Football game. All right. Now I get to actually start locking in some really good locks.
You do.
And I'm going to start with the Rams over the Cardinals.
That's a good pick. I mean, it's not going to go any other way than that. I will take the Seahawks over the Falcons.
Damn, I knew I should have picked that one first.
There's a couple of cherry picks still left, so.
I am. Are there really, though?
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Broncos.
Yeah, there's one. I was going to grab it if you didn't, so.
All right. You got next pick. I'm trying to figure out who my last pick's
I think the Browns will take the Titans, so I'll just lock in the Browns.
Give Shedeur Sanders his first win as a starter. Sure, why not? You know what? I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals to go into Buffalo with Joe Cool and the upset.
That's a fun nickname.
Mr. Joe Cool. And I'm going to take the Cincinnati Bengals to upset the Buffalo Bills this weekend. That's my upset pick. I cherry picked on everything else. That's my upset pick. I'm going to be glued to the TV for that one.
My close pick here. I'm going to take the Bears over the Packers. I think
wow.
They can do it. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Really?
Wow. I was scared to take that one. You had bigger balls than I did. Wow. All right, let's talk. Let's run through. Let's run through our picks. You haven't written down.
You got one more, don't you?
Do I?
Nope, you don't. I'm wrong. You're right. We're done. So
all right.
Let me hit send and then I'll read them out.
All right.
All right. Ahead. So Thursday night football, Cowboys versus Lions. We both took the Lions.
Right.
Sunday night football, Chiefs versus Texans. You have the Chiefs. I have the Texans.
Okay.
That's probably going to be the decider if I have to guess for the week. Monday night football, Eagles and Chargers. We both ended up with the Eagles, even though I flipped a coin to get there. You have Rams, Broncos, Bengals. I have Seahawks, Browns, and Bears.
Yeah, if the Browns can't win that game, I mean, what are you doing? Like, you may have to drink. There's a lot of rumors that are saying that the future starter of the Cleveland Browns is not currently on the roster.
Interesting.
So I hated on Shedeur Sanders being covered at ASU. I hated him on him big time, but I'm kind of cheering for him. Like, 5th round pick. Like, everybody's like doubting him. There's a ton of hate because of who his dad is and kind of the whole flash and hype and showing the watch and all that stuff.
Perfect for him to come out and be a rock star.
Yeah.
They have a Mr. Irrelevant over on the 49ers right now, so it happens.
With that being said, Deshaun Watson has been cleared to start practicing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for the Browns. But it'll probably be like 3 to 4 weeks before he even has a chance to get out there.
Acquisition for them. Yeah, he's not going to make a difference this season no matter what.
Yeah. But that says a lot.
He doesn't play well.
That says a lot. If I honestly don't know how this is going to play out in Cleveland. We should ask our buddy, since he sponsors the show, Mr. Kevin Moore. He's a diehard Browns fan. Guy. But matter of fact, I will text him after this and ask him if the future quarterback of the Cleveland Browns is on the current roster, just to see what he says. I'm thinking he'll say no.
Yeah.
So
there are times that I don't understand why a team is gut, because like they were in the playoffs and maybe they didn't win the championship, but they were there, which to me means just a little bit of a shuffle. Mm-hmm. But when you have a team like I'm picking on the Titans. I know we're talking about the Browns, but the Titans have had one win this season. That's when you get a team.
They're going to have the number one pick.
You burn the house and build a new one.
They're going to have the number one pick in consecutive years, and that's just pathetic.
Well, yeah, especially if they're not doing anything with it, you've got to be able to do something with those picks. There's no point in taking somebody with a lot of talent and just letting them fester.
Now, neither one of us touched the Commanders at the Vikings, but if I had to pick, gun to my head, I'm taking the Vikings in this one. I like their defense over the Commanders' offense, even though I like the Commanders' players better than I like any of the players on the Vikings' defense. But
right.
I would, since neither one of us touched this game, I would say the Vikings are going to win this game, even though I don't even have a clue who the hell their freaking quarterback is going to be this week.
Right.
I'm just going to rely on their defense.
The Vikings
and their rushing attack. So, all right, what other game did we not touch? The Dolphins at
Dolphins
the
and the Jets. The Dolphins probably are going to win that one. Just they've played well a few of their games and just not been able to make the win at the last minute. So you can't fully say they suck as much as it looks like they suck.
I fully expect Chain to have like almost a 200-yard rushing, 3-touchdown game against this terrible Jets rushing defense. So if I had to pick a winner in this game, I'm definitely taking the Miami Dolphins. I will have Chain in my starting lineups for DFS on Sunday. You can guarantee that.
Yeah.
All right. Did you really nobody touched the Buccaneers?
Saints and the Bucks. That's why I was saying there's actually quite a lot of cherry picking left. This was one of them.
All right, well, I think we can both say it. Buccaneers are going to win this game.
Yeah, it would be a shock if they didn't. But this is the kind of trap game the Cowboys fall for, not necessarily the Bucks.
Colts, Jags. We didn't touch this one either. 8-4 against 8-4. This
I would have to flip a coin for this one too.
I like the matchup of the Colts wide receivers against Jacksonville's corners. So if I had to pick a winner in this game, I'm taking Indy.
I probably would lean just a little bit tinier towards the Colts myself, but that's more of a gut check thing than based on any facts.
Yeah, I think Colts got this one.
Yeah, even the same with the Steelers and the Ravens. I want the Ravens to win. I just don't like the Steelers.
I want the Ravens to win. I don't like their secondary at all.
Yeah.
But then again, I don't like Aaron Rodgers at all either. So there's a reason why nobody touched this game.
Yeah.
Steelers at Ravens, coin flip. In my head, it's heads, so that means Ravens, I guess. Okay. But I don't really care. I'm not going to be watching this game at all. I will not have any players on either roster on my DFS this weekend. Even though I do if I had to pick, I like DK Metcalf in this game. I can definitely see him getting at least a touchdown, but it won't be a huge game for him.
Right.
So, all right. The late schedule, I think, we picked every game.
Touched all the other games. Yep.
All right. All the other games are good. All right. Let's move on. What's next?
JD's DFS lineups for Thursday night.
All right. We talked about Thursday night matchup. We talked about the Cowboys. We talked about the Lions. This is how I see this playing out. Both teams have really good offenses, even though Detroit has a lot of injuries at the wide receiver position. The way that I see this playing out is they're going to do their best to keep Dallas's offense off the field, and usually do that by running clock and running the ball. And luckily, they have pretty much the best two-headed monster in all of the NFL. So my captain spot for this Thursday night showdown for DraftKings is Jahmyr Gibbs for Detroit, $16,500. Huge cost for the captain. So I had to work a little bit of magic here towards the end. Yeah. I do have George Pickens for Dallas. I think you'd be dumb not to put him on there. I do have the other guy for the two-headed monsters. I've got David Montgomery at 7,000, George Pickens at 9,400. I've got Jameson Williams, who's pretty much the only wide receiver target, wide receiver number one that they currently have healthy. Outside of that, he should be a wide receiver 3, but I will take Williams at 8,400. I'm going to take the magic leg for the Cowboys. I'm taking Brandon Aubrey. Hopefully he'll put in 3 or 4 50-plus yard field goals and give me some pretty good fantasy value there. And then I've got a guy by the name of Tom Kennedy, who's a wide receiver for Detroit. He's only $2,000, and he actually showed up. He had some pretty big plays last week. Mm-hmm. So they're going to throw him the ball. So he's a very cheap guy, very good guy to have on your roster if you just need that one money saver so that you can bring in a Jameson Williams, or so that you can bring in Brandon Aubrey at the end at 5,400. So that's what I got. Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, George Pickens, Tom Kennedy, Jameson Williams, and Brandon Aubrey for my DFS game for tonight. I don't know if I'm going to play the big game, the 250 grand game, but I've got three lineups in the $50,000 game. So, it's good enough. We'll take it, right? 50 grand?
Yeah.
Sure.
Not going to complain.
Not going to complain too much. We hit 50.
I take $100. Just run that out there like, you can give me money, sure.
It's a $3 buy-in in the one that I had. So for DraftKings for a $3 buy-in for this showdown, and first place gets 50 grand. I mean, that's a pretty good ROI if you hit it. Even if you don't hit it and your team does okay, it's still a pretty good ROI. Right. So make sure you take the team that I just gave you, put them into your DraftKings lineup. Again, Yamir Gibbs, David Montgomery, George Pickens, Tom Kennedy, Jameson Williams, and Brandon Aubrey. All right, what's next?
Start them, sit them.
All right, start them, sit them. Who to start, who to sit for this weekend? I am taking, even though I did pick the upset for Joe Cool in the Cincinnati Bengals, start Josh Allen against that defense, start Daniel Jones for Indy, and start Chase Brown against a terrible Buffalo Bills rushing defense. Also, oh, wait a minute. No, start Jordan Love. I just gave you a running back for the quarterback spot. Awesome. So Josh Allen, Daniel Jones, Jordan Love, start them all. Running backs, Devin Achane for Miami. He's going to have a big game. James Cook as well should have a pretty good game. And then Chase Brown on the other side of that sideline, on the other side of that field for Cincinnati. Start him. Wide receivers, we already mentioned him. This year, he is the best wide receiver in the NFL. That is Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Shout out to Jackson. Shout out to Keenan, the Smith and Jigba brothers up there in the Great Northwest. Also start Cortland Sutton for Denver and Christian Watson for Green Bay going up against that Chicago defense. Chicago's got a really good rushing defense, not so good passing defense. So start him. Tight ends, Ty Warren looks healthy. Finally, start him for Indy. Brock Bowers and Trey McBride. That's basically the three-headed monster for NFL tight ends. Maybe Travis Kelce, but not really. Ty Warren, Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, start them all. Defenses, start the Broncos, start the Browns, and start the Buccaneers. Like, those are your easiest matchups for this weekend. For sit 'em, even though I'm relying on him, I'm telling you, sit Joe Burrow for Cincinnati, Caleb Williams for Chicago, Jaden Daniels, or Marcus Mariota, whoever will start this weekend for Washington, sit 'em. Running backs, Bijan Robinson, awesome running back, not this weekend for Atlanta, Ashton Genty for Las Vegas, and Zonovan Knight right here in the Valley for Arizona going up against the Rams. Do not play him. He'll be cheap. Like, if you need a cheap pick, but you're not going to get any value out of him. He's cheap. That's the only value. I don't expect him to even sniff the end zone. Wide receivers, Deebo Samuel Sr. for Washington, Khalil Shakir for Buffalo, and Terry McLaurin. Like, sit everybody for Washington's offense. That's what I'm telling you. Tight ends, Mike Gesicki for Cincinnati, Evan Ingram for Denver, and A.J. Barner up in Seattle. Sit all of them. For defenses, sit the Bears defense, sit the Jags defense, sit the Cardinals defense, the Raiders defense. I can go on and on this week. But Bears, Jags, Cardinals, Raiders, definitely do not start any of them whatsoever. You should have negative points if you start any of them, including the Bears.
Yeah, I've been getting negative points with the Lions defense.
All right.
A couple of times, so.
What's next?
Forks up.
All right, big news for Arizona State here, right? ASU football recruits added for the 2026 early signing period. There are four-star players that have already committed. You've got running back Carde Mack out of Humboldt, Texas. That is from Atascocita High School, the famous Atascocita High School. You have four-star quarterback. This is the biggest one, Jake Fetty out of El Paso, Texas, El Paso Del Valle High School. Also, this is big because he originally committed to Georgia. We're talking about 4-star offensive tackle Jermaine Mitchell from Weston, Mississippi. He had committed to Georgia and then switched. He's coming here to anchor that line for Arizona State. Nice. Love that. And then 4-star edge rusher Julian Hugo from Sabalo, Texas. I love the fact that with all the schools in Texas, we are getting some surefire talent out of that state to come to the Valley of the Sun. Love it.
That's nice.
No official. Go ahead.
I was going to ask if we know for sure what's happening with Levitt. Is he
leaving us? So he's got the option.
He's got a 4-star quarterback coming in.
He could stay for a year. He's still got a year of eligibility, but he can also go into the draft. This is supposed to be a pretty deep draft, so we may lock out and keep him. But then again, because of NIL money, he might just hit the transfer portal.
Right.
And go play somewhere else. Right. So either way, the future looks bright with Jake Fetty, 4-star quarterback out of El Paso, Texas.
Yep.
Already added to the 2026 roster. So I love that. No official word yet as to where the Sun Devils will play in their bowl game as they finish with 8 wins. Although some of the experts have them playing in the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas against an ACC opponent, or they have them playing in the LA Bowl at SoFi Stadium. I think last check was like against UNLV, but those are just rumors. They will not be put in stone until the official bowl schedule comes out. But as of right now, again, you're looking at Arizona State potentially, according again to the experts, playing in the Sun Bowl in El Paso, Texas, or the LA Bowl at SoFi Stadium. Either way, we could drive to any one of them, but I don't want to. So that's next. All right, what's next?
Temperature of the Suns.
Okay, I would say that the Suns are hot, but the latest news on Devin Booker is he's going to miss a week with the what's he out? He strained
right
something.
Groin strain.
Right groin strain. Mm-hmm. Right groin strain. However, I mean the Phoenix Suns have already played above expectations. Preseason, we were talking about their win total, their projected win total put them in 12th in the West, and they're currently sitting in 7th at 13-9, just a quarter of the way into the season. So, I mean, there is one thing that can derail any team, and that is injuries. And again, Devin Booker is going to miss about a week with a right groin strain. Look for Colin Gillespie to step up at that point guard position for the Suns. He's been playing really well off the bench. So, I mean, the players like him. So let's see if Gillespie can do a good job filling in for Devin Booker. The Suns' next game is against Houston on Friday night. So KD going up against the Suns. I want to say I like the Suns in this one, but that's a tough matchup on the road. Although, shout out to the Suns for taking down the Los Angeles Lakers on the road the other night, especially Dylan Brooks, the way he put in 33. He is. A lot of people say I'm the biggest LeBron James hater. No, Dylan Brooks is the biggest LeBron James hater out there, and he shows up every time they play. He put up 33 on him, so I love it. And LeBron James did not score 33. The guy's 50 years old. You know what? At this point, it almost feels bad. It feels like I'm picking on senior citizens. Like,
why did that joke pop into my head? Kevin Hart on the commercial where he goes, "How are you going to celebrate a touchdown? You got to give everybody a butterscotch."
Butterscotch candy.
That's one of the best jokes ever.
You know what? I mean, yeah, off the court, I like LeBron James. On the court, I don't like him at all. So that's just how it's always been ever since he started in Cleveland.
Right.
So, all right, what's next?
Nailed it.
All right. Now, if you're tuning in, you are in for a treat because you get to hear me sing horribly. So basically how this works, if you want to be a guest for Nailed It, go ahead and message us on our Facebook page for the S3 podcast. If you want to be prize eligible, you do have to live in the Valley, but you can play from anywhere. Basically how it works is I will sing the lyrics of up to 4 classic rock songs. You get a half a point for the title and a half point for the artist being correct. The goal is to get a total of 3 points to win. You do get 1 pass, which is worth a full point, but you can't win on a pass. You must wait for my awesomeness, which is what it is, to finish prior to giving an answer. You will always know when I am finished, as you will hear the words, nailed it. Now, you have the option, as we will start doing at the beginning of every month. You have 70s, 80s, 90s, and a mix of all 3 to choose from. And you already chose the 80s version. You are in for a treat on this one. Let me clear my throat real quick. All right, are you ready for song number 1?
I am ready.
Here we go. I have climbed highest mountains. I have run through the fields only to be with you. Nailed it. Who you got? Half a point for the song title, half a point for the artist. I do have I have a little bit more. If you love my singing, I can do a little bit more for you.
And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I don't know the name.
You don't know the name of the band?
I still haven't found what I'm looking for. I don't know that's the name of the song is what I'm saying.
That is. I still haven't found what I'm looking for, but who sings it? Who sings it? You get a half a point.
I'm picturing Sting, and I don't know that I'm right there.
Are you picturing? You're always picturing Sting. Now, is there something I need to know about you and Sting?
Is it Sting?
No.
No. I don't know.
All right, you get a half a point. That's you too.
I almost said mono, and then I convinced myself I was wrong. Okay.
Well, yeah, you're wrong because you're daydreaming about Sting. We need to have a talk about that. I'm a little worried. All right, half a point. Song number 2. You picked the 80s. This is on you. I did. Been working so hard. I'm punching my card. 8 hours for what? Oh, tell me what I got. Nailed it.
Pass.
Oh, she takes a pass. That's Footloose by Kenny Loggins.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But you got the full point because you used your pass.
I used my pass.
So you now have 1.5 with 2 songs remaining.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Right.
Song number 3. Oh, can't you see me standing here? I got my back against a record machine. I ain't the worst that you've seen. Oh, can't you see what I mean? Nailed it. Got a 1.5. You need another 1.5, so you need at least a half a point on this one to stay alive. It's one of the most popular songs.
It is. I know the song, but like the chorus won't come into my head, and that's a huge problem because that's usually what the name of the song is in the chorus.
That's part of the chorus. How do you not know this? Anybody know this?
I really want to say Shout, but I know that's not. I don't think that's the song.
It's not Shout.
That's not
it's
Shout.
Not the Isley Brothers.
I don't got it. I don't got this.
Oh my God, you have failed again. That is.
They usually do.
That was Jump by Van Halen.
Jump.
How do you not know Jump? The next words after, oh, can't you see what I mean? Is might as well jump. I mean, come on. I'm a little disappointed. I'm a little disappointed being your boyfriend on this one because like it's one of my favorite bands. The greatest guitar ever in the history of ever is on that. Like you should know every single song word for word for Van Halen. Unbelievable. I have failed. I have failed you. That's just how it is. All right. So you can't win, but you can once again come within a half a point.
Yep.
I think you're actually going to get this one. I can't believe that you didn't get the other ones, but I think you're going to get this one. Unbelievable. Song number 4. So slide over here and give me a moment. Your moves are so raw. I've got to let you know. I've got to let you know. You're one of my kind. Nailed it. I bet you haven't heard this song in a while, but you should know this one. Bet you're never going to pick the 80s.
I can picture the singer's face, and that's going to make me crazy. Because it's not.
Doesn't matter. You can't win anyway. You only got 1.5 points on the final song. So, who you got?
He was on that TV show.
He was on that TV show. That is the perfect,
Not Boy George, not George Strait. What? I'm stuck on George.
No.
I don't got it then.
Pretty much their most famous song by a little band called In Excess.
Oh.
1987. The name of the song is Need You Tonight. And you have failed once again and nailed it. Unbelievable. You have gone out a loser, even though you are the winner of the pick 6 for last week. But I plan on taking that once Joe Cool upsets the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. I will definitely be watching that game. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to follow us on Facebook for the S3 Podcast and Sports Media X. And also make sure that you follow myself at Smartside, SMAAHTSIDE, and Lady M at Lady M_S3 on X. Once again, shout out to our main sponsor, Mr. Kevin Moore over at Liberty Buick out in Peoria. Shout out to our men and women in uniform, as always, those serving and those who have served. Lady M, what are the final words?
Keep loving sports.
All right, we're out.
That's the show for now. Shout out to the most badass military in the world and the toughest veterans to ever walk the planet. And as always, all you haters.